today for our cook along. So thank you for coming. And of course we have the lovely Sally Hyland as well. You'll have two Sallys on today. So she's going to assist us with all the going ons in the background. So any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat. Although it is a small group today, so if you'd like to come off, yeah, it won't be confusing at all, two Sallys. So if you wanted to come off mute, you are more than welcome to come off mute and ask questions. Hopefully everyone's cooking along with us today. So change my view so I can see everyone. Put your hand up if you are cooking with us. Yep, perfect. Rose, are you cooking with us today? Perfect, awesome. Annette, Jenny, and Angie, if you would like to pop in the chat whether you are cooking with us today, or as I said, come off mute. If I am going too fast, or if Sally is going too fast at any stage during the cook along, please just yell out and tell us to hold up, because we do have a habit of getting on a roll. I know I do, and talking at a million miles a minute. And that is watching, perfect. Not cooking today, that's okay. You guys can give us some banter from the background and egg us on. So I'll just quickly, can I share my screen? No. Oh, yes, I can. I'm just going to share my screen and just quickly share with us. You're going to have to ignore my dogs because they are going to bark probably the whole time. So you are in the right place if you are here for the cook along with the Southern Cross Seekers. We are today doing the delicious lemon pudding and the lemon coconut bliss balls. So you guys can cook along with both. You can pick a dish, whatever you would like to do, but all of the ingredients are basically pantry staples. So hopefully you've got everything sorted and ready. So let's get cooking. So I'm going to start, and I will, there we go. I'll start with what we're cooking. I'm just going to move my thing so you'll get my head cut off, but that's okay. All right, so I've got my recipe up on Cookie Do here, ready to go. So the delicious lemon pudding. Now, the reason that I picked this dish is because we're going to take advantage of our new Sphera cookware range, our cast iron cookware from the Mix Shop, which is a new addition. These are very heavy, very sturdy pots, as cast iron should be. This is the first time I'm using my my Sphera cookware, and I earned this as a consultant. So if you are not a consultant and you love all the stuff from the Mix Shop, that's a reason to jump on board. We earn all these fabulous things. So just to utilize that, and of course, if you don't have a cast iron pot, you can use any pudding dish that you would have used for a self-sourcing pudding prior to owning one of these. Alrighty, so start cooking. Now I have preheated my oven to 170 degrees already. So if you're cooking along with the delicious lemon pudding even, then make sure to preheat your oven to 170 degrees and then grease a cast iron pot and set aside. So I have already done that as well. I've got some butter in the bottom there. You can see that I put plenty of butter because, you know, you can't have too much butter. Alrighty, so our first ingredient is some caster sugar, and I've got that here. So I just pre-weighed mine. So if everyone's going a bit slower and weighing it as we go, then that's quite okay too. You can yell out if I'm going too fast. So 200 grams of caster sugar. That got stuck in the bottom there. That's good, isn't it? Alrighty, 200 grams of caster sugar. And we also have 2 lemons, just the peel of the lemons. So I peeled all that off and avoided the white pith even. And I've also cut it into sort of long strands because that's what the recipe asked to do. And that's going to blitz that all up. So it was the peel of 2 lemons. My lemons were quite small, so I went with the peel of 3 lemons.
Linda, what's the best way to get the zest off your lemons?
Well, with your kitchen toolkit, we have a peeler there, and it is a very sharp peeler in that. You can use any peeler, of course, but I find this one works really well because it has like a real sharp teeth to it. So it gets it nice and fine as we're doing that. So yeah, you can just use your normal peeler, but if anyone has a kitchen toolkit, utilizing that peeler, super handy. Those are available on the mix shop, the kitchen toolkit. I believe that Sally's going to use hers later as well. Perfect. Sally's got the link there for you for the mix shop. So if you find something that you like today that we're using, jump on there. Okay, so I've got insert the measuring cup, and then we're going to turn it to speed 10. So my sound might cut out just for a minute while I'm doing the sugar and the lemon peel. So if that happens, you'll know why I'm up on silence. All right. All right, just 10 seconds for that. So what I have is my zested up lemon sugar. I guess, yeah, the lemon sugar is what it's called now. Another thing with the cast iron cookware, at the moment there is a sale on, I think, on if you buy both the Dutch oven and the casserole dish in the Fira range. The big one that we're using today, which is called the Dutch oven, it is worth $199 by itself. But if you get both of the cast iron cookware range, then you get it for $299. So there is quite a big discount on that at the moment in the mix shop, which I'm sure probably Sally's already put the link in the chat. But get onto the mix shop. There's a whole bunch of new products there at the moment. I have been avoiding having a look because I know what will happen. I will spend money that I don't have on items from the mix shop.
I've been giving my cast iron bakeware a bit of a workout, Lyndall.
Yes, I saw some bread. Did I see some bread, Sally Harlan?
You sure did. And I've done the oh gosh, I better remind myself in a minute, but bread rolls in there that were fantastic.
Oh,
and
the brioche ones, wasn't it?
Brioche buns, thank you. Yes, that's what I did. And then I also did the buttermilk loaf, which my son keeps going, oh, Mum, this sourdough is amazing. It's just got that really nice crusty outside that, it takes up the entire pan. So they're nice big slices and, yeah,
and
super easy.
I remember seeing that they made the buttermilk loaf at one of our team leader events earlier in the year. And I was sitting next to Melinda Atherton, who is our branch bread whiz. And I said to her, that's not the buttermilk loaf. Like, it can't be, because I've made the buttermilk loaf before and it doesn't come out that crispy. And she's like, no, Lyndall, when you use cast iron, that's what happens. I was like, oh, okay. But yes, it does. It looks amazing. It looks like a beautiful piece of artisan bread, but it's just our basic buttermilk loaf.
Yeah, I'm going to make it one day and pop it in a brown paper bag and take it to go, oh, look, here's just what I picked up from the local farmer's market. Yeah.
Perfect. All right, on to the next step. I've taken my lemon sugar out. We've got 120 grams of unsalted butter cut into pieces, which I've got there. And then measuring cup again in there. And we're just going to melt the butter down. So what step is everyone up to? How are we going?
I'm keeping a bit of an eye on Fern and Rose. There, you going all right, Fern? Yeah.
And Rose is going well too. Perfect.
And Rose, I'm watching Rose because her camera is moving with her. And I wonder, has she got someone there following her around, or is it one of those following ones?
Oh.
Anyway, I'm very impressed, Rose. It's doing a great job, whatever it is.
Better than my setup. I have 4 empty boxes and a big punnet of sea salt flakes that I got from Costco sitting on a chair in front of me. So that's my setup for today. But it works, so that's okay. So that's just melting for a minute. What I do have while we're waiting for that is, speaking of the mix shop, our gift with purchase for this month for Thermomix is a $75 mix shop gift card. Now, if you do own a Thermomix and you have been on the mix shop, you will see that there is so many amazing things on the mix shop. So what a great gift to give away with the purchase of a TM6 for this month. You know, you can put it towards a bigger ticket item and take some money off it, or you can spend it however you like. And I'm sure your consultant would love to help you make those decisions. I know I have a customer, 2 customers actually this month who already are like, what do I need to buy? So I was quickly flicking off links the other night to tell them what to get with their mix shop gift card. So $75 free basically with your TM6 purchase this month.
And what's the best way, Lyndall, for us to make that $75 go further? How can they get an extra discount?
So when you buy a Thermomix, you also get a delivery experience. Now that delivery experience could be one-on-one, or it could be you plus some friends. Now, if it's you plus some friends, you actually get access to a discount code. So a 20% off in the mix shop. If you have friends come along to your delivery, now you'll be very excited to get your new Thermomix, or your friends, if you've already got a Thermomix, your friends might be very excited to get a Thermomix and have their delivery experience with their lovely consultant. And then with just a quick survey, they will get, after the experience, they will get a 20% discount code. So just for example, if you would like a bowl blade and lid, so an extra bowl set with your TM6, you can purchase one through the mix shop. You can use your 20% discount code, which takes it to $300. That already takes $75 off. And then you can use your $75 mix shop gift card as a payment option, and that will take a further $75 off. So that takes you down to $225 for a second bowl. So that's just an option. You can also use that 20% discount for smaller amounts and then get more for your $75 gift card. So that's a pretty great deal there. And also when you're doing a delivery cooking experience, you will have access to host rewards if you have some friends along as well. And after I've done this next step, I'll show you what the host rewards are at the moment. Alrighty, so the butter is melted. Okay, I'm now going to
Fern's just asked a question. You keep going there for a second. Fern's just asked a question. What's the capacity of your cast iron pot? The Dutch oven that we're using today is 6 litres, Fern. And then there's another one, the Ambrosia, which is like the more of a fry pan style, and it is 3.2 litres.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Alrighty, so I've got 250 grams of milk with my melted butter, and now I'm adding 2 eggs as well, which I've already opened, cracked, there we go, that was the word I was looking for, in there so I don't get shell everywhere. And 250 grams of self-raising flour, which I also have here, straight into the bowl. And then 2 pinches of sea salt, 1, 2, and the reserved lemon sugar. So I'm going to pop that in too. Now, how is everyone going with this step, getting everything in? I can see that Rose is putting her flour in. Has anyone made this pudding before?
I think I've made lemon delicious before, but not this particular recipe.
Yeah.
Too. I like the lemon delicious, but this one looks just as delicious.
Extra delicious lemon delicious.
You'd want to hope it was delicious with a name like a lemon delicious pudding or a delicious lemon pudding. All right, so I'm going to turn my speed selector to speed 4 to mix that together, just 5 seconds. And I'm going to scrape down the sides. I'll take it out of my housing to do that.
One of the things I love most about these cook-alongs, although I'm not experiencing it today myself, is the motivation or the catalyst to, you're going to have dessert ready for dinner tonight, aren't you? Getting us on board to get ourselves a bit more organised and do something we might not have done already.
I'm having this
dessert.
Dessert
Could be dinner.
Sorry, Fern.
I said I'm having this for dinner.
Oh, okay, good one. Excellent. Well, a girl after my own heart, but
yeah, me too. That's probably what I'll be having for dinner. Alrighty. So then we're going to mix it again. 4 seconds and 3. 4. Speed 4, 3 seconds. And then I'm going to pour the batter into my cast iron touch or my other pudding dish, whatever you've got handy there. All right. So it's a really runny batter. In it goes. I was actually worried that this was going to be too big for the pudding, but it looks like it's going to fit really nicely. I'm the only one in my house tonight, so that means I'm the only one left with pudding. I might have to do a duck into town and share it with some people to save myself.
Me.
I'm guessing that was Sally Moragas because I'm hoping not to drive to Dubbo this evening.
I was thinking of making this too, but the lemon juice quantity, it was 4 more lemons, right? And as much as I've been gathering lemons from trees, I didn't quite have 4 lemons left.
Not quite.
But yeah, if you can find some lemons, great.
That's it. While you're all doing that, I'm just quickly going to rinse and dry my mixing bowl.
And so lemons still in season, Sal?
Absolutely, yes. Well, actually, I do have a tree, but I've never been successful except this season, and I've had 3 lemons. Woohoo! But my neighbour knows my story, and she'll supply me with me as many lemons as I like. So yeah,
excellent.
At the moment, it's citrus. It's I'll just show you. We've got lime from. Actually, my husband's used them already this morning into a limeade. Limes we're giving away at the fish shop in Marinda, everyone, just in case you're in town. These little kumquats came from a little tree at our farm on the green. And then, of course, you've got the oranges and lemons at the moment. Everything citrus, really. So anything you can find, whether it's marmalade, citrus butters, all those beautiful lemon zests. There's some great recipes in that Less Waste More Food book for examples with citrus.
Good to know.
Cleaner with your lemon zest as well. So yeah. Things.
I've got a funny story about some plants actually. I'll keep going with the sauce and I'll tell you, but we found something that looked like a kumquat on, we own some land about an hour and a half north of here. And there was this tree and I said to Nathan, they look like kumquats, there's 2 big trees of them. And he was like, let me look them up first. Of course, he's got an app of some kind that you can take a photo of it and it'll tell you what it is. They are toxic. And the Aboriginals used to use them for to make cortisone cream, like a cortisone cream. It's got steroids in it. So here I was going, they're kumquats, not quite. But they also work as contraception, but like permanent contraception. Don't go too well.
Sounds like you need the app, Lyndall, before you start going to point out, the food that you can eat while you're traveling.
Yes, exactly. Well, I wouldn't have eaten it, but I was like, I'm sure they're kumquats. They look a lot like kumquats. But no, instead we could be running a steroid ring. So if anyone needs any steroid cream,
I know a tree.
I know a tree. 500 grams of milk in there now, and they're going to warm that up. So 3 minutes at 60 degrees, speed 1. We've got 3 minutes there. Probably should have waited and told my story there. But yeah, beware of beware of little orange plants. But thank goodness for apps and Google, right? Because otherwise that could have been.
Thank goodness, that could have been a very different ending to that story.
Lucky I don't want any more children, isn't it? I'll just get Nathan to sit next to that tree. Oh goodness. Anyway, so yes.
Now, Rose, are you mixing, or you're ahead of us now? We've been yapping.
Because I was yapping. This is
Rose, are you using both your Thermomixes, or Rose, are you using both your Thermomixes on your bench? Oh, maybe she's on mute. Yeah. No, okay.
No, she's not. No. There we go. I'm just gonna put these dogs outside.
Oh, just one I'm using.
Okay.
Now that you're off mute, Rose, can you tell me if you got one of those moving cameras?
It's just an iPad.
Ah.
But it's following you around.
Is it?
Yeah, when you move, it's moving and following you and up and down, and I know everywhere you go, I've got my eye on you.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh,
That's unusual.
I'm very impressed by it. Is it a new iPad?
Oh, it's fairly new, yes.
Okay, right. Must be inbuilt then. That's nifty. Okay. All right. Well, you're teaching me something today, Rose, even if you don't know quite what it is. Thank you. It looks good.
Oh,
You're on mute, Lyndall.
That was because I was trying to get the dogs outside. I don't know if everyone's done has got a TM6 there. I can't see everyone's machines. But the new one of the new features, or the newish features on the TM6, is that you can preview the next step before you do it. So in your top right corner, as you would be pressing next to go into the next step, while it's cooking and doing something else, you can press preview and it will tell you what your next step is. So that's super cool with the TM6. I find that really handy because I can get everything ready while I'm waiting. So the next thing I'll be doing is adding 200 grams of caster sugar. So I've got that sorted and ready for the next step. And then the corn flour and some lemon juice. And then we're going to be mixing again. So that's just able to let me know what I'm doing next, just so that I can be prepared. So I'm not sure if everyone knew that, but just a little handy hint for you. All right. 200 grams of caster sugar.
Sorry, I don't know how to mute it again.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
And 1 tablespoon of corn flour. And my lemon juice. Alrighty. And pop that back on. 3 seconds, speed 4. We're just mixing that together. And then we're going to, as we do with most self-saucing puddings, pour it over the back of a spoon. Your spatula works well as well to make sure that we don't sort of disturb the batter underneath. Being is that it is still quite a runny batter, that can obviously happen, but I'll move you slightly that way.
Okay, hang on. Is this an instruction in the recipe, or is this?
It is, yes. It says gently pour sauce over the back of a spoon on top of the batter.
And that's so you don't make a well or something in the middle of the, right.
Yeah, so you don't get holes in a self-saucing pudding. It just
What a
gently goes over
nifty
the top.
tip.
Yeah,
Okay.
but the spatula will work just as well.
Yeah.
And then you're not making a mess of anything else.
I'm all for
Okay.
that.
Yeah, always. Okay, can you see what I'm doing there?
Yeah, we can.
Perfect. So I'm just going to tip it over the top of my spoon, and it just sort of, it lessens the stream of the liquid, so it doesn't disturb the batter underneath. And I'm just moving it around so that I've got it evenly over the top. And it is a lot of liquid. It does feel like a lot, but if you have made, this recipe is incredibly similar to the Lemon Delicious pudding. And you know, it does make sort of a custard underneath, and then the spongy pudding on top. So there is a lot of liquid, but don't mind that. So we're going to bake that for 40 minutes at 170 until golden brown. Now, it doesn't tell me whether to put the lid on, but just from puddings, I do a lot of puddings, clearly, with I carry that on my waistline because I do like a sweet, but you don't have to put the lid on for that. So just open in the oven.
Okay.
I think though, if you were to find it was getting a little bit brown on top, you could put some foil over the top. But I believe it should be fine in the 40 minutes. It's not a very hot oven. It's 170 degrees, so not too hot. But I'm going to pop that in for 40 minutes. And then while that's cooking, we'll pass over to Sal and she can do the bliss balls. How's everyone going? Everyone's probably already got theirs in the oven. I'm just gas bagging.
Let's just have a quick check-in on where everyone's at who's cooking that I know.
Going straight in.
Oh, Fern's still pouring. Rose, is yours in the oven? Oh, look at you go. And I've popped in the chat there. I'm not sure whether you can see the feature that you've got turned on your iPad is called center stage. And so as you move, it's keeping you in the frame. So you can turn it off if you don't like it, but very nifty for this purpose. Watch out, team leaders, center stage.
Okay,
I think that's
interesting to know.
Yeah, good to know.
That sounds like a perfect Belinda Nugent one. I think we should tell her that.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. So 40 minutes. And then just set aside for 5 minutes after that. So I'm going to put a timer on my phone because I'm going to put it in my oven because I will forget. But we can pass over to Sal.
Good on you. Thanks, Lyndall.
Okay, anyone cooking along or making the lemon coconut bliss balls?
Fern is.
Oh, wow, great, Fern.
Is she ready? Has she got a clean bowl ready to go, or we have to wait up? Oh, she's just washing it. I think that's hand gesture above her head was saying that.
Okay, well, I've got the silverware envy. I think I'm going to put that on my Christmas list, Sally. So I have yet to get that new accessory. So yeah.
Oh, Sal, you would love it, and I can just already envisage the things that you would make in it. Like, you would love it.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll just talk about the bliss balls and wait for Fern to catch up. Fern, just give me a yes or a wave when you're ready.
So she's waving. She's good to go.
Lemon coconut bliss balls. I love these sorts of snacks, and they're great for you or kids to take to school or to work. One of my daughters makes these regularly on a Sunday, so she's not buying work kind of canteen on a trolley, costly snacks that she realizes at the end of the week she's actually spent over the top. So these are the sort of ideas that you can take with you, and there's many more varieties. So if you're cooking along, the recipe is from Plant to Plate, and it's a recipe of many Plant to Plate that are actually all really good. So if you go to your recipe again, you can search for lemon coconut bliss balls. I've added mine to my weekly planner. So Fern, are you ready to go? Yep. Great, excellent. So I've got two angles with my camera. One is just so I can explain about the ingredients that we're cooking with as well as we go. So if I forget to lift it up, just let me know. Okay, so basically we're going to start cooking or creating. The first ingredient is the blanched almonds. Now, I've actually got these already in a packet, but I just wanted to bring up and highlight the new accessory, which is the blade cover peeler, which, did you know, is also excellent for taking the skins off the almonds. So in this recipe, I'm not doing it this way, but it's just as a tip to try it one time again. What I do recommend though is that I've got them soaking. I make sure that I've soaked the almonds as well in water, and it just helps the nut become not as dry. So then when I pop them in with the water and the blade cover peeler, after 2 or 3 minutes on that mode, the skins lift to the top, which you can then scrape off, and you've got the blanched almonds underneath. So that's just something so you know. Okay, so we've got 100 grams of blanched almonds, which we will pop into your Thermomix, and 60 grams of sunflower seeds. So again, this is great, especially if you've got kids and they like this sort of taste of a Bliss ball, but then no nuts allowed at school. You can switch and swap nuts and seeds as well with all of these. 60 grams of sunflower seeds. Again, the lemon zest. So again, the peeler is from the toolkit, which always comes in handy for lots of things like this. I have done a little peeling already because I find this incredibly sharp, which is great. But just as you can see, when I take off the peel, it's so kind of zigzagging that blade that it's a really thin peel. So it's excellent. So it's peel of a lemon. I've got a large lemon, so I've again already pre-peeled the rest of the lemon zest. So I'll pop that in. Have you already peeled yours, Fern?
Yep, it's in there now.
Okay, that's all right. I just don't want to go too fast if you haven't. And so on goes the measuring cup and lid. And we've got 5 seconds at speed 7. And I'll just show you the contents of that. So again, very quick to sort of mill down those ingredients, and that fresh zest aroma is really nice as well. Okay. So then we've got our 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. I find, again, temperature-wise, I know Fern's in Melbourne, so I do prefer to use a liquid. If you live in a warmer climate or it's summer, it's fine anyway. This is liquidy enough. Otherwise, it's just a tip. It just makes the bind of the Bliss balls much easier. So I'm going to put in my 2 tablespoons.
Could I use my liquid coconut oil, or do you recommend the raw coconut that's been melted?
If you've got a liquid coconut oil, you can certainly use that. Yep. Okay. And then we've got 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. Again, you could use a different sweetener. If you've got honey, that's okay too. Depending on, again, the great thing with these recipes is you can control the sugar that you would like in your recipes. So I'm going to go for the 2. And 30 grams of lemon juice. So I've already squeezed my fresh lemon juice. So all ready to go.
Here's some I prepared earlier.
That's right.
Isn't that the Jeff Jantz or whoever, you know, some I prepared earlier. If you're on a cooking show, that's the line you've got to use.
Come on. And I've got the 65 grams of desiccated coconut. Now, usually, to be honest, I would use just shredded coconut, but I'd mill that a little bit first. So you could do either or. It's only because I like less things in my pantry than every type. Desiccated coconut does have a little bit of apparently sweetener or sugar in it, but either or. If you were using shredded coconut, which is definitely a little bit, well, more shredded really, not as fine, then just about 3 seconds on speed 8 will bring that down to about that kind of consistency. So that's the one that you want for very fine. Again, with these recipes though, you could like it chunkier or not. So again, it's a personal preference in the end of how you actually want it to turn out. And then this is kind of, I think, is optional because you've already got the lemon juice from the lemon, but they're saying add 1 drop of lemon essence or food grade. So you can get lemon essence at the supermarkets. I just use a Young Living one, which you can use for vaporizers as well, but it is food grade. Now I'm going to be really careful because if you do more than 1 drop, I think 1 drop's worth about, say, something like 5 lemons. 2 drops would be 10. So I've got my 1 drop in there. I'm not sure if Fern's got a essence or not.
Yeah, nodding. Yeah.
I do, but I'm not using it today.
Yeah, it can go, it can actually go so powerful. So all good there. And then on goes our measuring cup again. And again, just to combine that, we've got 3 seconds, speed 7.
There's so many things we can use our Thermomix for when we're blitzing things and to keep less things in the pantry as well. My husband the other day was asking me why we only had normal oats. He wanted quick oats. And I was like, don't buy, you're not buying them. You know, he's trying to tell me that they're the ones that he needs. But I was like, I can just blitz them in the Thermomix for like 5 seconds and then you have quick oats.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. And they're actually, to be honest, I think in the supermarkets, a kilo of the quick oats are, of the other oats are cheaper anyway. So you can then just,
yeah,
if you need to. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, so then we're going to sort of, you can do a little bit longer if you want. You just want to make sure the consistency is going to be kind of able to form into the balls. So this is where my tip comes in. It says to place your extra desiccated coconut, just move something here, on a plate, which you can do, but I'm a really messy cook. So what I do when I make these types of balls, I use a mini thermo server, and I then, what I'm going to be doing is popping the desiccated coconut in here. And then when I've made the balls and pop them in there, the lid goes on and I give it a little shake. So I'm not losing it everywhere. So you've got 2 choices. One, you can use your plate and then roll them in, or 2, you can try it this way. So again, the coconut's on the plate. Using wet hands, this is quite important as well. It can make up to around 14. So it's your choice whether you make small ones, big ones, or a different sizes as you go. But I'm going to use my scoop as well, which is from the toolkit. Great for sort of avocado scooping, melon scooping, all sorts of things. Ice cream, but I quite like it for this scoop. So
it's pretty good for ice cream.
I use a ice cream scoop.
Yes,
yeah.
Yeah. It just kind of gives a bit more of a uniform measure as you go through. So I've sort of got my sort of scoop like that. It's already almost in that shape, like so. And I'm going to just pop it into. Now the idea is that once they're in the balls, you can either roll as the recipe says, and pop them on a plate, or I'm going to show you my shortcuts. I'll just put one like so, like so. Now they do need to go in the fridge to harden up. They will feel quite soft as you make them. They say, and the next step really is to pop them in the fridge to harden up for 30 minutes, and then they're ready to go. So I'm just going to drop mine into here.
Another use for the scoop I saw from one of our other consultants was to make perfect size muffins as well, and it works really well to scoop the muffin mix into the patty pans or your silicone pans if you're using those as well. So I did do that, and it does work very well. It actually gives it like a nice like rounded top on it as well from the scoop. So
now these are filling, so don't feel, you know, you can always make, I'm going for bigger ones today because I was at More's for coffee and I saw these big chocolate protein balls at a big size and they were $4 each, and I thought, crikey, you know. So so again, you can choose your size, but these are going to be on the larger size. And you can even freeze these, so you can pop them in the freezer, so they're not, what I find with delicious goodies like this, and you want them for work, that's the good intention, but if you can see them in the fridge, you're more likely to eat them. But if you pop them in the freezer, they will keep, and you just take them out as you need to as well. I've got about 2 more left in here, and I'll do my shake. Other things I was going to see if anyone's made, what else do you make with all your lemons at home? Has anyone tried anything else? Yeah, what else have you tried at home, or do you love making with lemons?
I know when I was looking for these recipes, there's another recipe that I really love. The lemon coconut blondies, I think they are. I'm going to find them and pop them in the chat.
Yeah.
But there's lots of lemon recipes.
There are. So there's the lemon curd, which is awesome using the thicken mode.
Lemonade.
Lemonade. There's also lemon meringue. How good is that when you can make that in the Thermomix as well? So easy.
And Lyndall, haven't you made the lemon white chocolate lava cakes?
Yes, the lemon and white chocolate lava cakes. That was the last cook along I think I did, and that was, they are beautiful. They are a really lovely recipe. I think they're from Simply Delicious. It's Simply Delicious or Meals in a Flash. I can't remember which collection, but I'll find that recipe as well. The other one that I really like, which is actually on the UK Cookie Do, is Seriously Lemony Slice. And my mum actually makes that all the time, and it works really similarly to the Lemon Delicious pudding, in which it separates when it's cooking, the layers, but it's super lemony, but it's really great. And she makes it, she makes all her treats to go into work at the nursing home, and the Seriously Lemony Slice is definitely requested lots. So I'm going to find that, because you might not be able to find that if you haven't played with your filters. And if you want to know a little bit more about filters on your Cookie Do and how to get more out of your Cookie Do subscription, we do have Cookie Do sessions once a month, and we are going to pop one on down the coast here as well, because we had a lot of people wanting some help with Cookie Do. So
yes,
it is Seriously Lemony Slice.
Yeah, so I've done a little shake with mine, and it's evenly got the coconut spread over. So again, now I'm just going to pop these onto my plate. And again, recommended to pop them in the fridge for that 20-30 minutes to set them just before you eat them. I mean, they still feel really good and really firm. I have made not 14, I've made probably less than that, but I like that size.
How many in one sitting, Sal?
Pardon?
How many?
If it was chocolate, I'd have at least 2. Lemon, okay. I'll probably just stick at the 1.
All right.
Again, there's so many different variations. There's the cranberry and chocolate. Yeah, there's all sorts of different ones. There's a very simple one, even you can just almost do a cup of almonds, a cup of coconut, a cup of dates, and some cherries or something like that, and it's just blitzes them together as well. So very easy. But there you go. So there's the lemon coconut bliss balls.
Lovely.
Fern, have you got yours? Yes.
It's all in the fridge.
Oh,
my goodness.
Wonderful.
Speedy Gonzalez.
So yes, place in the fridge if you can wait that long, and yeah, the recipe is done. So hope you give those a go. They're certainly great for keeping the hunger pangs at bay if you're out and about or taking food on the road.
Perfect. All right, so I've just got a couple more things to show you here. Shared screen. So now with our host rewards, we were talking about host rewards before. Sally had her blade cover there. Now I know in my screen it says until the 31st of August, the blade cover and the ebook are available, but they are available now ongoing. So that is to celebrate our modes demo. So our cooking experiences used to be quite set in their ways, and that, you know, that was the things that you did. We did 3 dishes, but now we are have released a new demo called the modes demo. So if you've got a TM6, we have all the manual modes that you may or may not be using. You might be using them through your cookie dough recipes, but we really want to make sure that everyone's getting the most that they can out of their TM6. So the modes demo is perfect for that. It is a bit different. It's a brunch menu. So we do cheese and bacon scones, we do poached eggs, we do a hollandaise sauce. We also do a chutney or a gremolata to go with it, as well as a green smoothie. So, you know, if your evenings are taken up or even your lunchtimes are taken up, you know, you can now do a morning demo and have breakfast on the table and learn some more about the different modes that the TM6 has. If you have a TM5, seeing the modes of a TM6 just to see what is different, a little bit different from the TM5 to the TM6, and you can utilize those and see what we have on offer. But that's added to our host rewards catalog. We also have the thermo service, the mini thermo service, which is the ones that Sally was using to coat the balls. They are available on the Mix Shop. I put a link in the chat there, but they are the only thermo servers that are available to purchase. The only other way you can get a thermo server is to host a demo, and you can see there that there's some really great price discounts for a host price. So that's if you have 2 people from 2 separate households come along to your demo, you get the discounted host price. But if one of those people buys a Thermomix, you will get one of these items for free, and it is your choice what you choose. The bread mats are also the baking mat and oven mat pack are also incredible as well. I use those all of the time for my baking, for my to make bread and prove the bread, and to make pizzas as well. It's really great for pizzas, rolling out pizzas. So also what we have coming up is our next cooking class. Every month we run a cook along, which is what we're doing today, and we do a cooking class. So the cooking class is being presented by the lovely Mick Doherty over in Wagga, and one of her consultants, Jess Hutchings, is going to help her out. And on the menu is coconut prawn soup and brioche buns baked in the cast iron pot, which is what we were talking about earlier. Sally Hyland has made those with great success. So just another reason to get yourself a Syrah cast iron pot and come along to our next cooking class. I will put the link in our chat as well to register for that. So the Thursday, the 22nd of September at 7 p.m. So make sure you can get along to that, or if you have friends that would like to see the Thermomix, invite them along to that as well. I will get the link for you here so that you can register as soon as you'd like for the next cooking class. Alrighty, I'll just put it on here. There we go. And we're also going to send up a follow-up email today as well. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow actually, but that'll have the links for some of the things that we did today, as well as the upcoming classes. I also have a link for our branch link tree, and that has all of the things that we offer. That will have our cookie do session. It will have all the cook-alongs, all the cooking classes, anything that we're presenting in between them on there as well. So I will copy that and pop that in for you as well, so that you can keep up to date. Because what you can do with the link tree, it's basically like a little website with our links so that you can register for things or get to, you know, click to see things that we have on offer. But you can subscribe to that, which means that you are notified when we add a new event. So if you really do enjoy these events, and we enjoy having you guys along and cooking with you or cooking for you and teaching you something. Hopefully everyone's learned a little bit of something today, you know, so we really love that. And if you don't want to miss out on that, then subscribing to the branch link tree is a really handy way of doing that. Of course, you can always reach out to the consultant that invited you here today. We're always very happy to help. We're always happy to hear from our customers what they're cooking, or if they're having any difficulties with anything. I always encourage mine to reach out because we do love helping. That's what we're here for. That is our job, and that's why we do what we do. So my pudding still has 18 minutes to go. Everyone else might be about the same, 15 to 18 minutes. How are we going? So that's all we had for today. So if you guys are okay and you want to wait until it, you know, finishes, then you can present it yourself, of course. It just said to present it with some icing sugar on top. But of course, I'm happy to hang around for 18 minutes if anyone would like to see the finished product. Otherwise, I can take a photo and pop it up, and we can pop it in the email that we send out. But how's everyone going? Is there any questions or comments? Thumbs up, that's good. No, everyone's good. I hope you enjoyed today. And I hope you enjoy your lemon delicious pudding. As I'm sure you will.
Please take a photo before you eat and finish it. You know, the story when you eat it and then it's gone and you're like, oh, I forgot to take the photo.
I would hope that I would have some left, being that it's just me at home and it's 6 leave pot.
And yeah, hopefully you enjoy it for dinner or make a lovely dinner recipe as well. So yeah,
what's everyone having for dinner? Any inspiration?
Lemon delicious.
Yeah, I'm going to a yoga class later, so I figure that'll balance it out, right? I went to the gym this morning, yoga tonight, lemon delicious pudding for dinner is fine, right?
What about you, Rose? Have you got any plans tonight for your dinner?
Having seafood fettuccine.
Oh, nice.
Yum. I was up at Silver yesterday, and my stepdad actually had a seafood linguine from the Dromedary pub, and it looked amazing. It looked so good. It was, and I had a really lovely Asian plate too. All the food was really lovely. So there you go, recommendation if you want a little road trip.
I'll just show you some inspiration of what we're having for dinner. I'll just get it. I made a risotto the other night on a Zoom, so it was only me eating, so I couldn't eat. That risotto feeds so many, right? About 6 servings, I think, mushroom risotto. So we make them into arancini bowls, the leftovers. So that's
perfect.
Cold risotto 2 days later, just crumbed in the Thermomix a crumb, really just a mix of, you know, gluten-free stuff that we've got, and then in the air fryer, and they'll be ready for tonight. So yeah,
with a salad,
risotto.
Do you put mozzarella in the middle?
Actually, no, but you could, because it would be easy to do is chop up your mozzarella and then use your scoop and then pop that around your mix and then pop it in the crumb. Yeah, could be easy.
Or the little bocconcini balls, they would work too.
They would work too.
Nice small, yeah.
Or extra grated cheese for the crumb as well could go through. Yeah, there's quite a few variations. You can just use up your leftovers again, so everything gets eaten up. So yeah, so there you go. Later on.
Very good. How's everyone's pudding looking in the oven? Is it looking okay? There's no major flops or anything?
Does it go kind of like a crispy or anything, or how does it look, Lyndall? Is it just like a lemon?
It just has like a little bit of a crust on top, just a little bit golden.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's looking okay.
Yep, looking fine.
Good. That's good.
Thank you.
And serving with ice cream.
No worries.
Yeah. What's the serving? What are you serving it with? Ice cream or cream? Or both? Cream.
Both. Yeah. I think double cream's always good. Double cream's good with a pudding.
Yeah.
But ice cream's pretty good too. Just to add some more kilos.
Well, pleasure to meet you.
Very good.
Okay, thank you.
That's all right. You're
Nice
welcome.
to have you. Thanks for cooking along.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
See you later, ladies. Bye.
I'll get mine out so you can get a photo.